Mr. Cooper, this is Detective Tom and I'm Detective Jerry. Who left that on you?
What?
Who left this on you?
The man.
Why didn't you take it off? It just looks stupid.
I didn't think I was supposed to.
It just looks stupid.
Yes.
Like I said, this is Detective Tom and I'm Detective Jerry.
Well, the main thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I have complete respect for you and for what you do, and I am glad to help you in any way I can. I have complete respect.
That's good to hear.
I'm not like some of these,
Some of these what? I don't know.
some of these people who do not respect the police. In my life, I have never been in trouble with the police.
Never been in trouble until now.
What?
I said you have never been in trouble with the police until now.
Am I in trouble with the police now?
What else do you think you're doing here?
I am helping you with your inquiries, I thought.
So we are friends of yours. Like we have brought you out on a social trip. Like we are good fucking friends of yours.
No, we are not friends, no.
You had your rights read. You had a fucking blindfold on. You were taken out of your house in the middle of the night. Do you think we do this to our good fucking friends?
No, we are not friends, no. But by the same token, I hope we are not enemies.
I'm going to smack you so fucking hard in your fucking head right now.
What?
Why? Am I mumbling? Jerry, am I mumbling?
No, you're not mumbling. You're quite clear.
I didn't think I was mumbling either.
No, you don't have to. I'll answer everything you want me to.
You'll answer everything that we want you to. But the question never was, you'll answer everything that we want you to. But the question was, how much more would you want us to fuck you up in the meantime? That is what the fucking question was.
I am going to try not to make you fuck me up at all. Because the reason is, I will answer everything.
Why do you suspect we have brought you here? You must suspect some reason.
Look, why don't we just start torturing you and cut out all
Who's
this
the
shit?
number one on this case? Anyway, why do you suspect we have brought you here?
I have been racking my brains, but I cannot think. I have never done anything. I have never done any anti-police thing. I have never done
You
any.
have been racking your brains, but you can't think of a single reason why we might have brought you here.
I can think of a reason, but not a reason. A thing. I assume there must be a linkage. Although I cannot see how there can be a linkage.
Linkage of what to what?
Just the thing that you took my stories away to when you took me away. That's the only thing, and that you have them there.
And I have them where? Have you been reading the papers I've got in front of me?
I haven't been reading.
Papers which, for all you know, may have some immensely classified, very, very secret thing.
My eyes just caught the title, just glancing.
Why would there be a linkage? It is not a crime you write a story.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Given certain restrictions,
Yeah,
for the security of the state, journal, and whatever you call it, I don't even call them restrictions.
I wouldn't call them restrictions.
I would call them guidelines.
Guidelines, yes.
Given certain guidelines for the security of whatever you call it, it is not a crime you write a story.
That's what I thought. That's my whole thing.
What's your whole thing?
I mean, I agree. You read these things, these stories supposedly, the government is all this, the police are all this, all this political, what do you call them? The government shouldn't be doing this. Please fuck off. You know what I say? I say if you've got a political X to grind, if you've got a political whatever you call it, go write a fucking essay. I'll know where I stand. I say keep your left wing this, keep your right wing that, and tell me a fucking story. A great man once said, the first duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. Yeah. The first duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. Or was it? The only duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. Yeah. It may have been the only duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. I don't remember. But anyways, I write stories. No X to grind, no anything to grind, no political whatsoever. So that's why I cannot see what the reason would be to bring me here. But unless something political came in by accident, something seemed political that came in that case, just tell me where it is. I'll take it out. I'll take the bastard away. I'll fucking burn it. You know? You know what I mean?
I have to fill this form out now. It's a form in case anything bad happens to you in custody. Your name is Cooper?
My parents were funny people.
Your address is 186 Cooper Avenue.
Yes.
Which you share with?
My brother Michael.
Ah, Michael. At least it's not a fucking Cooper.
Hip hop face. Your brother, he's backward, yeah?
He's not backward, he's slow to get things.
Oh, he's slow to get things.
Place of work?
Cooper crematorium. It's not so bad.
You like your work there?
No, but it's not so bad.
Burning up dead body is not so bad.
I don't burn stuff, I just clear stuff.
Oh, you don't burn stuff, you just clear stuff. Why?
Here we are. The Little Apple Man.
What about it? It's not one of my best, but it's pretty good though.
This is a story. It starts off. There's a little girl and her father treats her badly.
Yeah, he slaps her around and that. He's a what do
You seem to have a. He's a what?
what?
The father.
He's a something you said.
He represents something, does he?
He represents a bad father. He is a bad father. How do you mean represents?
He's a bad father.
Yeah, he slaps the little girl around.
Oh, that's why he's a bad father.
Yes.
What else does he do to the little girl? He's a bad father.
See, I think in the whole story, the father is treating the girl badly. Yeah, you can draw your own conclusions.
Oh, we can draw our own conclusions now, can we?
What?
You're telling us that we can draw our own fucking conclusions. Are you?
No. Yes.
We know we can draw our own fucking conclusions.
I know.
Huh?
I know.
Shithead.
Tom is getting a bit aggrieved because we can draw our own conclusion. It's sort of our job. And the first conclusion which we are drawing is, how many stories have you got where a little girl is treated badly or a little boy is treated badly?
A few. A few.
A few? I'll say a fucking few. The first fucking 20 that we picked up was a little girl is fucked over this way or a little boy is fucked over that way. A few!
It's not trying to say anything. I'm not trying to say anything. You're not. What? Are you trying to say that I'm trying to say something, that the children represent something, that the children represent the people or something?
I am trying to say. You hear that? He's putting the goddamn fucking words in my fucking own mouth now. I am trying to say, let alone draw our own fucking conclusions!
Retake your seat, please. Please. I almost forgot to mention, he's the bad cop and I'm the good cop. And now coming back to the literature, as we have established, the little girl gets treated badly, and one day the girl gets some apples and carves some little men out of these apples, little eyes, little toes, and she gives them to her father, but she says to him, they are not to be eaten, they are to be kept as a memento of when his only little daughter was young. And naturally, the pig of her father swallows a bunch of these apple men whole just to spite her. They have razor blades in them, and he dies in agony.
And that's kind of like the end of the story. That should be the end of the story. The father gets the karma, but it's not. Then it goes on.
But then it goes on. The girl wakes up that night. A number of apple men are walking up her chest. They hold her mouth open. They say to her,
You killed our little brothers.
You killed our little brothers. They climb down her throat. She chokes to death on her own blood. The end?
Yeah. It's a bit of a twist. You think it's a dream sequence, but it's not. What? I told you it was not one of my best.
Do you visit the Chinatown often?
No, I pass through there now and then.
And your brother, he's older to you, but he still goes to school?
It's a special school. It's a learning difficulties. Is this a Chinese thing? I don't know any Chinese.
Oh, you don't know any Chinese.
Yeah, I don't have anything against any Chinese.
But you have nothing against any Chinese. This reminds me, I need to speak to his fucking brother right now.
My brother's at school.
Me and Tom, we have this funny thing. We always say, this reminds me. The thing hasn't really reminded us of anything.
My brother's at school.
Your brother is one door down.
He'll be scared.
You seem a little scared yourself.
I am a little scared.
What are you scared about?
I am scared that my brother is all alone in a strange place and that your friend is gonna go kick the shit out of him. See if there's something in these stories you don't like, then go on, take it out on me. But my brother, he gets easily frightened. He doesn't know about these things. And he has nothing to do
Calm
with
the
this.
fuck down, alright? We are not animals. We deal sometimes with animals, but we are not animals. Your brother will be fine, I give you my word. The tale of the 3 prison cells. This does not have your theme, it seems.
What theme?
You know, your theme. Some poor little kid getting fucked up.
I don't have any themes. But I've written 400 stories and 10 to 20 have children in them.
Have murdered children.
So what this is about stories having murdered children in? Are you trying to say that I'm saying go out and murder children?
Are you trying to say go out and murder children?
No, no bloody way. I'm not trying to say anything. That's my whole thing.
Oh yeah, I know your whole thing. The first duty for storyteller
Is
is
to
blah,
tell
blah,
a
blah,
story.
blah. Yeah, I know. The tale.
See if there is politics in them. It's incidental. If there are children in them, it's incidental. It's accidental.
Except the thing is, don't interrupt me when I'm talking. If I ask you something outright, or if I go with my eyes like, you know, with my eyes, then you go ahead and say something. But if I'm in
Okay,
the
I'm sorry.
You're fucking doing it again? Did I ask you something outright? Or did I go with my eyes like, you know, go ahead and say something? I didn't. Did I? Did I? See, this was an outright question. And I did go with my eyes like, go ahead and say something.
I'm sorry. I am nervous.
And you have a right to be nervous. The 3 prison cells. What are you trying to tell us in this story? Oh, what are you trying to tell us in this story?
It's supposed to be a puzzle without a solution. It's one of my best.
Oh, it's one of your best? You have so many?
Yeah. My best one is The Tale of the Town on the River.
The tale of the town on the river. The tale. The tale of the town on the river. This tells me something. This is your best story.
Yeah, it was the only one that was published.
Yeah, we know it was the only one that was published. Did they give you a theme like write a story about a pony or write a story about some little kid getting fucked up? Did they do that?
They gave me a word count thing, the maximum words.
So it was a theme of your own choosing.
It was a theme of my own choosing.
Read it to me.
The whole of it?
Yeah, the whole of it. Standing.
This feels like school somehow.
Except at school, they didn't execute you at the end of it.
Once upon a time, in a tiny cobble-streeted town, there lived a little boy who did not get along with the other children of the town. They picked on and bullied him because he was poor and his parents were drunkards. His clothes were rags and he walked around barefoot. The little boy, however, was of a happy and a dreamy disposition. He did not mind the taunts and the beatings and the unending solitude. He knew that he was kind-hearted and full of love and that someday someone somewhere would see this love inside him and repay him in kind. Then one day, as he sat at the foot of the wooden bridge, he heard the approach of a horse and cart. And as it neared, he saw that its driver was dressed in the darkest of robes and sent a shiver of fear through the little boy's body. Putting his fear aside, the boy took out the small sandwich that was to be his supper that night. And just as the cart was about to pass onto and over the bridge, he offered it up to the driver. The cart stopped, the driver nodded, got down, and sat beside the little boy for a while, sharing the sandwich and discussing this and that. The driver asked the boy why he was barefoot and ragged and all alone. And as the boy told the driver of his poor hard life, he eyed the back of the driver's cart. Empty animal cages, all foul-smelling and dirt-lined. And just as the boy was about to ask what kind of animals it was had been inside them, the driver stood up and announced that he had to be on his way. But before I go, the driver whispered, because you have been so kindly to an old weary traveler in offering half of your already meager portions, I would like to give you something now. The worth of which today you may not realize, but one day when you are a little older perhaps, I think you will truly value and thank me for. Now close your eyes. And so the little boy closed his eyes. And from a secret inner pocket of his robes, the driver pulled out a long, sharp, and shiny meat cleaver, raised it high in the air, and brought it scything down onto the boy's right foot, severing all 5 of his muddy little toes. The driver gathered up his bloody toes, tossed them away to the gaggle of rats, got back onto the cart, and quietly rode on over the bridge, leaving the boy, the rats, the river, and the darkening town of Hamlin far behind him. Of Hamlin, see?
Of Hamlin.
Do you get it? The little crippled boy is the little boy who couldn't catch up to the Pied Piper when he came back to take all the children away. That's how he was crippled.
I know.
Yeah, it's a twist.
I know it's a twist.
It was the children he was after.
It was the children who was after?
It was the children the Pied Piper was after. See, my idea is that he brought the rats, He knew that the townspeople wouldn't pay. It was the children he was after all along in the first place.
This reminds me.
Oh, this reminds you when it hasn't reminded you of anything. What's in the box? That's my brother.
I believe it is.
What is he doing to him?
Something fucking horrible. I don't know, do I?
You said you wouldn't touch him.
I haven't touched him.
You said he would be fine. You gave me your word.
Mr. Cooper, I'm a high-ranking police officer working in a totalitarian fucking dictatorship. What are you doing taking my word about anything?
What has he done to my brother? What has he done to my brother? I said.
Look, Tom. Cooper's asking questions now. First it was, what's in the box? It was when you were torturing the spastic. And now, what have you done to my brother?
Fuck what's in the box. What have you done to my brother?
Look, you being such an upstart and shouting all over the place, I would have usually smacked you in your fucking head. But since I've done the same thing to your fucking subnormal brother right now, I'm going to leave you with a very stern warning.
I want to see him right now.
You smacked his face in, did you? Tom, that could be classified as police brutality. Oh God, what he really hurt my hand. Look at your poor hand. I know it really hurts. How many times I've told you, Tom? Use a, what do you call it, router stick. Your bare hands, and that too on a spastic. You won't even get the benefit.
He's just a child.
Look, I'm taking a breather now, but the next time I go in there, I'll put something sharp inside him and turn it up.
Tom, that would definitely be classified as police brutality.
I want to see my brother right now.
Where is the third child?
What third child?
So it's you and your brother. Huh? You close? You and your brother?
He's all I've got. He's just a child.
No, he's not. You know who was? Andrea Gomes was. You know who she was?
Only from the papers?
Only from the papers. What do you know about her only from the papers?
She was the girl they found in the park.
She was the girl they found in the park. You know how she died.
No.
No? Why don't you know how she died?
The papers didn't say.
The papers didn't say. You know who Aaron Goldberg was?
Only from the papers?
Only from the papers? He was the boy they found in garbage in Chinatown. You know how he died?
No.
No? The papers didn't say. The papers didn't say a lot of things. The paper didn't say anything about the third child, little mute girl, who went missing 3 days ago. Same age, same area.
The papers will be saying something tonight.
The papers will be saying something tonight. They'll be saying a lot of things tonight.
What about the mute girl?
About the mute girl, about the confession, about the execution, all that kind of stuff.
I don't understand anything. Are you trying to say that I shouldn't write stories with child killings in them because in the real world there are child killings?
He wants us to think that he thinks that all we have got is a fucking disagreement with his fucking prose style. Like we don't know what his brother just said to me.
What did my brother just say to you?
Like we don't know what's there in this box.
Whatever my brother just said to you, you made him say it to you. He doesn't speak to strangers.
When he spoke to me,
I want to see him.
You want to see him.
I want to see him, that's what I said.
You're demanding to see him.
I would like to see my brother.
You're demanding to see your brother.
I am fucking demanding, yes! I want to see if he's alright!
He will never be alright.
I have got a right to see my brother.
You have no fucking right.
Sit down! Please.
Not anymore. You have no fucking rights.
I've got rights, everybody's got rights.
Well, you ain't.
Why ain't I?
Open the box.
Well, give your rights in a fucking minute.
Yeah, like you gave my brother his rights too.
Oh, I give him the rights. All right.
I bet you did. I bet you fucking did.
I bet I fucking did.
I know you bet you.
No,
fucking
I
did.
bet I fucking did.
I know you bet you fucking did.
I bet I fucking did.
I know.
Open the box. Open the box. Open the box.
What's that?
You take your seat, please.
What are they?
What are they? Like you don't know what they are when we found them in your fucking house?
No.
Your brother has already admitted his part. But he's not the brains behind the operations. You know how the little girl died in the park?
No.
2 razor blades down her fucking little throat, wrapped in an apple, funnily enough. You know how the little Chinese boy died?
I'll show you. His first toe, his second toe, his third toe, his fourth toe, his fifth toe.
That little Chinese boy's 5 fucking toes, and it has got nothing to do with you.
I just write stories.
Oh, you just write stories because they make a final fucking twist, don't they?
Make him swallow that.
No, please. No.
Where's the mute girl? Where's the mute girl? Where's the mute girl?
What are you doing?
What you just said, make him swallow them.
Only to scare him. Their evidence. Have some sense.
Fuck off, have some sense.
And look at your hand. It's so obviously fake blood.
Fuck off.
Pardon me?
I said fuck off.
Wow. So moody.
I don't understand a thing that's going on.
No? Well, here's where we stand, 5:15 p.m. Monday the 4th. Along with the evidence we found at your house, your brother, spastic or not, admitted enough about the killing for us to execute him before the evening's out. But like Tom said, he's not the brains behind the operation. So we want you to confess too. We like executing like this. Tim waits, we can execute any day. And we do. But when you execute a writer, it sends out a signal. I don't know what signal it sends out. Oh, maybe I've got one. It sends out a signal. Don't go around killing little fucking kids. Where's the third child? Your brother didn't want to spill the beans.
Detective Jerry,
Mr. Cooper.
I've been listening to your bullshit for a long time now. There's a couple of things I want to tell you. I don't believe my brother has said a word to you. I also believe that you're framing us for 2 reasons. One, for some reason you don't like the stories I write. 2, for some reason you don't like retarded people cluttering up your streets. I also believe that I'm not going to say another word to you until you let me see my brother. So torture me as much as you want, Detective Jerry. But I ain't saying a fucking word.
I see. I'll get the fucking electrodes then. Come down.